Shudder to Think, The Rock and Roll Lens of Paul Natkin opens May 31st and runs through August 25th at the Elmhurst Historical Museum. Paul Natkin is one of the most celebrated music photographers from Chicago. Hear the stories behind some of the most iconic images in rock history over the last 35 years, as told by award-winning Chicago Sun-Times reporter Dave Hoekstra. Videos produced by Tribecca Flashpoint Media Arts Academy, supported by the Elmhurst Heritage Foundation and Shore Incorporated. For more information, visit www.elmhursthistory.org.
Chicago Sun-Times called me and wanted me to go to New York to do a portrait of Keith Richards. He's always been my idol, so next morning we got up, we went to Keith's manager's office. There he was, really the only idol I ever had in my life. I did about a 5-minute photo shoot with him. So I got home, developed the film, made some prints, put them in an envelope, sent them to his manager and said, hey, heard you're going out on the road. If you need a photographer, give me a call. Having no idea what a tour photographer did and having never been on the road before. The day before Thanksgiving, she called me up and said, what are you doing tomorrow? I said, I was gonna go to my mother's for Thanksgiving. And she said, nope, get on a plane, fly to Atlanta, come to the Ritz-Carlton, meet us there. We'll be on the road for a month. I just compiled great pictures of Keith. The first Rolling Stone magazine of the year came out, and there was a little blurb in Random Notes that the Stones, it's when they were fighting. Blurb was that they were getting back together and they were gonna tour. They flew me to Philadelphia to shoot rehearsals in Veterans Stadium, which they tore down like 2 weeks later. There were big pieces of concrete falling off the walls while they were rehearsing. So I spent 3 days getting private concerts by the Rolling Stone, walking around on stage, shooting whatever I wanted. Came home and figured, okay, that's the greatest thing that ever happened to me, I'm done. And then about a month later, they called me up out of the blue, said, we're having a problem with with the photographer that we have on the road. The band doesn't get along with them. Can you come to Boston tomorrow? Bring all your stuff, you're gonna go on the road. I told them that I could do a month on the road with them. And about 3 weeks into it, I got a call from one of the managers saying, hey, can you come up to my room? So I figured, okay, I'm getting fired. Somebody doesn't like me. The 2 managers were there, the publicists were there, and I'm thinking, this is like going in front of the principal. And they said, listen, we got a problem. Everybody in the band likes you, your work is great, you've got to stay and do the rest of the tour, which was another 2.5 months. So that's kind of a nice problem to have. I ended up being on the road with them for 3.5 months. Finished in Atlantic City around Christmas. They did a big pay-per-view show. It was one of the first pay-per-view rock concerts. They had Eric Clapton playing with them, Axl and Izzy from Guns N' Roses, and John Lee Hooker. Flew home the next day. My life was complete. It doesn't get any better than that.